Habitar is a small organization that works with local, impoverished communities and barrios throughout Managua. They want to better people's lives and homes by finding and utilizing resources to benefit the communities they work with. They have two main priorities for these barrios. First priority is getting people legally owning the land they live on. Habitar and the community members partner with an architect and make a plan together for the land. The plan is then presented to the government, and families without titles to the land they live on have a greater chance of getting legal ownership. Second priority is access to water, food, and shelter, sanitary facilities, safe streets, and sidewalks. In other words, safer infrastructure.
Community members are the ones who choose families in the barrio who they think should get a renovation for their home. These families then submit a proposal to Habitar, which is reviewed by the family with a social worker and an architecture student from the University of Central America. If the social worker and architecture student feel the proposal is viable and that the family would be able to pay off the partial loan for the work, the project is approved and moves rapidly to the next stages. Next, an engineer at Habitar takes the family's proposal and the architecture student's notes and creates a model for the families to inspect and approve or change. Along with this model is the proposed budget, so if the family wants to make changes to the model, they can then see how that would affect the budget and their monthly payment installments.
Habitar values having personal connections with the people of Managua in each barrio they work with. They visit the various communities once a week and spend time with the people living there. They value talking to them and being able to learn about their stories. Habitar realizes the importance of building trust and creating a long-lasting relationship with people in need, as it influences surrounding people to do the same and promotes self-confidence.
Habitar provides communities with more than just better housing. They give communities an opportunity to change their own destiny. First, they build trust within the community by bringing neighborhoods to former projects so they can see the changes real and possible. They talk to people in the neighborhoods and will show videos of results from former projects. Communities plan the changes to their space as facilitated by Habitar. It is the community that makes a barrio plan, then proposes it to the government to gain access to the land if people don't already have legal titles. Then, partnered with Habitar, they begin construction of the new community in the way they planned. This helps with feelings of security and autonomy. When housing projects are completed, they are considered an achievement for the community by the community.
When we asked Habitar about what they perceived as challenges for their organization, they said that when they are first in a community, building trust and increasing confidence of a community can be a huge challenge. They also said that identifying priorities for the projects when they work with individual families can be an issue because there are more problems than resources. They also mentioned a need to reflect together about priorities with members of Habitar and the families they do direct work with. Bureaucracy also came up as a challenge that they regularly face, in addition to flooding from rains and land conflicts. We learned that houses in the poorest barrios are at a 100% risk of flooding, which are more and more devastating due to global climate change. Some of their challenges they can more easily take on. Building trust is a challenge they have strategies for. Climate change and bureaucracy are less easy to work around and often require more time, energy, and money than a small organization like Habitar has.
Habitar takes two seemingly separate areas of study, engineering and social work, and brings them together to form their organization. As community developers, this seems very significant. Integrating social work and engineering to build sustainable, more resilient communities that withstand and resist poverty is proving a formidable solution. Habitar has seen a positive response from the communities they have worked with. And one family we had the privilege of visiting was on their second renovation project with Habitar. Their first project was a success, and because they were able to pay off their loan installments on time, they were able to have another area of their home improved. Habitar says that families like these in the communities that they have been working with notice a lot of positive changes after Habitar gets involved. They said that kids can play in their homes now, and they have more space and safer living conditions. Families have pride in homes and higher self-esteem. People feel good about their neighborhoods and are healthier because of improved living conditions.
Habitar left us with several words of advice. Firstly, to remember that each community is unique. They advised us to recognize weaknesses and support strengths, and to be able to identify community leaders and give them space and time to define the community. And most importantly, to stay positive through all the challenges that we will inevitably face. Habitar told us not to expect things to happen according to plan, and expect the plan to continuously change. They continued on to say, "Our goal is to recognize the dynamics at play, and not to try to change or impose beliefs." Habitar also stressed the importance of self-care when you are working on developing communities, because if you burn out and can't do the work, then what was the point? Taking care of yourself is part of sustainability.
We spent a week shadowing a team from Habitar and met many families who warmly welcomed us into their homes. At first glance, we noticed things about their homes that we would have thought needed to be addressed first, like the setup of their bathrooms, showers, and latrines. However, spending time with the families and talking to them about what it is they wanted was always different. For example, we visited a house that had a latrine outside, and in the enclosed area of the latrine they also had a water pipe bent up and over the door that they were using as a shower. We saw that and thought, this will be our first fix. It's unsanitary and must be an unpleasant showering experience. However, they were focused on building more rooms for their children. That experience with Habitar taught us not to assume and to really listen. Habitar is committed to the importance of talking with people they're working with and understanding why they want what they want. We learned to focus on improvements that made sense according to their style of living and their desires for the future.
As community developers, we learned important lessons about sustainability within an organization and sustainable communities. Habitar not only wants their organization to be resilient, but to also see the communities around Managua survive and thrive. By giving power to the people in poverty-stricken communities, Habitar has seen their program create and recreate success. By allowing us to interview them and shadow a team, they also gave us power. The first-hand knowledge we received will help us be better, more effective community developers wherever we are and wherever we go.